أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والتابعين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم ارزقنا علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وشفاء من كل داء، ونعوذ بك من علم لا ينفعه ومن قلب لا يخشعه ومن عين لا تدمعه ومن نفس لا تشبعه ومن دعاء لا يستجاب له. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم ألهمنا وسددنا، اللهم دع البركة والنور والقبول فيما نفعل وفيما نقول، واجعلنا من أهل الأمانة ومن أهل الرضوان ومن أهل الصفات ومن أهل القربات ومن أهل الهدى والرضا والتقى والعفة والعفاف والغنى. Ameen, Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alamin. Today, we're going to talk about a topic. It's extremely important. And if you understand the condition of the Ummah today, you will understand the magnitude of the importance of this topic. And may Allah reward the sister she initiated. The sister asked me, decision making to be decisive. Or any way we can encourage to teach the kids how to make a decision. To make a decision making, or to be a person, this person with strength and power and knowledge and wisdom, to make a decision, let's examine where it's coming from and how to do that. To teach the children, we need the parents. Because number one, the child imitates the parents. And he watch and he listen. You have too many elements in here. The genetic of the child, the quality of the child, positive or negative, the one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created him with, and the quality and expertise and the upbringing of the child, which is our amana. By this way, why this topic is important? This topic is important because the children is an amana who will be questioned about them. And they're supposed to be our Khalifa on earth, to inherit the earth. What kind of inheritance? With the role model, with the Iman, with the Taqwa, with the Qurba to Allah, closeness to Allah, and to carry the message and spread the message to mankind. Today, one of the calamity, the children, when we have a children, we want them like a toys, to look good, to decorate them. After that, either spoil them or beat them up. And after that, I want them to be good for me, to have a good house, good money, good job. Everything is good according to me, not according to Allah wa Rasuluh sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. By this way today, to start with this topic, the ultimate enemy of the child is the parents. If the parents insist to be arrogant and ego and carry the diseases of their own family and their own genetic and own upbringing, and they refuse to go to seek knowledge and expertise and understanding of life, to be a role model for these children. By this way today, when you study, the parents most likely will treat the child according to how they have been treated by their own parents and others. Instead of we using the knowledge of Allah, the teaching of the Prophet ﷺ, and the teaching of the wise people, no. We immediately imitate our parents, and this always you hear. I'm going to treat them the way my parents treat me. Or the opposite, I'm not going to treat them the way my parents treat me. And we go to extreme. Either extreme harshness or extreme spoilness. And this is no good, this is no good. And if we understand our duty as a parents, we will respect is, I need to be a role model. It cannot be, I keep teaching my children things and it's just a talk, rhetoric, empty, but they do not see quality. Whether I believe it or not. Every time I try to talk about a topic, I discover I have to talk about the parents, not the children. Because if you have it, you can give it to the children. If you not have it, you cannot give it to the children. By this way, the parents have to understand what is the duty of me as a father and mother. To be a role model, to be ready to teach, and not be shy of saying, I do not know. Let's go seek knowledge. And instead of lie, or give them alleged knowledge or no knowledge, or nonsense, I heard it from someone, without verification. Because this child, like I said before, he's my representative in earth when I die. He's the one who carries a message. And my duty to make this kid or this child good for himself or herself, good for society, and good for mankind. Similar, the parents has to remember I have to be good to myself, good to my wife and my husband, good to my children, to generate the nucleus of any society and be good to the society, which is a family. If we do that, now we will achieve the purpose of life and will be an asset to any society of goodness, inshallah. Now, how we do that? How we teach our children to make decisions. Let's examine this topic from every angle, inshallah. Decision making, meaning I have to be a leader. I have to be strong. I'm going to make decisions according to my upbringing, my knowledge, my expertise, my understanding, my strength in my own personality. I do not have hesitation. I do not have fear. I understand my strength, and if I cannot make a decision, I can go seek knowledge and consultation to give me the ability to make a decision. And you have to remember that children in the early age is a follower. And there's nothing wrong to be a follower, because when you study the history of mankind, the early people said, you will never be a leader unless you are a good follower. And the more you have a good leader, you will have a good follower. And the more you have a good follower, the good follower one day will be a leader. By this way, now, we have to be careful between that and abusing the child until he smashed to become having no any identity, no personality, he cannot make a decision. Let's see how it works. Me and a father or a mother, in a certain time in life, we are a leader. And we are a role model. And a leader cannot be a leader without the right understanding of life, the comprehending of life, the knowledge of Islam, the knowledge of dunya, the knowledge of ourselves, a little bit of history, geographic, biology, you name it. By this way, me as a parent, we have to seek always the knowledge to grow faster than the children, to be ready for them, to be able to be the right role model for them. And we have also to be, as a parents, always in the company of those who can support us in this journey. by this way, is a child living in a very beautiful environment, either the parents or the company of the parents. And we should not be arrogant if one of the member of the friend of the community or me having more knowledge than me. And I said to my child, MashaAllah, he's my teacher, he's my mentor, he's the one I'm learning from. There's nothing wrong with that. This actually teaches the child to respect elder and knowledgeable people, to seek knowledge and wisdom. Also, we will come to many elements of that. How important to have tarbiyah, upbringing, to the body, to the brain, to the soul, to give them halal food, to have a good environment, to give them the right training and the right play. Today, for example, quick, we buy sometime toys, doesn't mean nothing. Just making noise or singing or stuff like that. Which when you look in all over the world today, you find the really, really high elite people all over. They go to a certain toy shop, some of them called learning center, which is a toys to learn or to teach the children something, to stimulate the thinking, upbringing the thinking, how to think, how to have a sequence of thinking. This way is a toys the child can play with, but in the meantime enhance his ability of thinking. Not only some stuff just move and that's it. Also, as a parents, we have to have a set of exercise and teach the children to love exercise, to exercise the body, and take them to places like hiking, desert, mountain, jungle, seas, beach, and to be involved with them in a useful activity. And allow them to ask questions. And we have to be ready with the answer. And if we do not know the answer, we should not be shy. Instead of saying lie or make the answer, to tell them, let's go seek the answer. And we should emphasize the importance of what is the lesson to be learned, individual or for society. By this way, how I can bring the child always in a state of thinking. How I can involve the child with always books or stories to stimulate their strength. And to talk about that, we will talk about also the stories of early men and women with a good quality and what they did, and how much they brave to stimulate that. And also not to be shy, to make them involved in cleaning, cooking, sewing, take care about themselves, and not depend on a maid. No. We should allow them to do everything by themselves from early stage. And we talk about it, how important the preparation of the whole package, body, brain, thinking, intellect, heart, and a soul. And don't ever, as a parent, try to give the children wrong knowledge or teach them to be a liar by lying by yourself. And also, it's very important to keep your voice in the house intact in a nice manner and avoid the anger and hostility and bickering between husband and wife in the front of the children. and how to prepare the quality of the child and study the child, what he has, what positive he has, what negative he has, and respect what you have. This is another art. The art is you cannot make the child the way you want. You cannot do that. Children is a completely separate identity from us. And this separate identity, we should respect it. And if we respect it, I always use the word do. Respect the do. And this what, if you look at the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the message of Allah, he has a lot of companions around him. Each companion famous by certain quality. This part of the leadership. And don't ever compare between one child to another, or tell them you are better than your brother better than you. No. How to elevate the positive of the child and help the child to avoid the negativity, even if he has it. By this way, how I look to the child and find out his strength and elevate it. And what about the weakness? We try to strengthen it. By this way, we convert the weakness to strength. By this way, the positive increase, the negative decrease. This needs knowledge and expertise and ask questions. In here, in this session, I'm going to go to the main headline. After that, the detail, actually it can be for months and months and months. And also it can be according to every case. But I'm giving to you the headline, the main topic, the one you should worry about. And don't ever try to make your child to be somebody he's not. In the opposite, every child might have unique personality, unique strength, unique style of thinking. And now, how I can help him to be someone in his own capability. And again, don't try to make him somebody he's not. Teach the child to think and ask questions and to reach the answer by saying why. I was meeting a young lady, and I was fortunate to meet her father. Her father was an English professor, and from early stage, he always teaching them to use different verb and different vocabulary. And every time they talk, he said, why are you using this word? Can you find a better word? To the point, they become so powerful in language and choosing word in the right way, in the right time. And this is the power of word, the power of vocabulary, the power of language, and also the power of upbringing, the power of allowing the person to think. Sometimes we dictate so much to smash the child's brain and thinking. And when he grows, he cannot think at all. And we think this is so beautiful. No. There's a big difference between teaching them to be obedience and follower and smashing the personality. And again, by allowing them to ask why, seek knowledge. And if they make mistakes, it's normal. They have to make mistakes. We let it go. And we teach them from the mistakes. And we make the mistake a source of income, of actually the strength of the child. Until we reach the right knowledge with the wisdom. Also to teach them how to have the sequence of thinking, which today a lot of us do not have it. Why? Because instead of becoming a thinker, we become emotion freak. And we deal with everything with emotion instead of thinking. And this reflects in the environment, reflects in our children. This is why you find that children is moody, screaming a lot, crying a lot, demanding a lot, everything too much. Why? We do not have moderation in the style of life and even the way we talk. And by the way, Don't ever forget the power of voice and the way you talk and the way you address the issue. One of the things can diminish the personality is loud voice, or talking in the front of the child so loud in his face, too harsh. What it do? It diminish again the personality. It makes the person scared to say anything, scared to make decision, scared to think, has no any strength within. He's scared. And I call it diminish and smashing the personality. Don't do that. Also, how to fight the corrupted environment by corrupted people in our life. Don't let them involve with a child. Even if it's your own parents or your own family. Always let the child involve with the good people. Until and unless this child develop the quality. Because it cannot be a mix. It teaches the child to be a hypocrite and a liar and have too many faces. Also, you have to understand two things. Every person carries two elements. The genetic element, the way Allah created him, and the learning and upbringing experience according to environment. We have to respect both of them. And again, how to elevate both of them. How to allow them to grow from every aspect. By teaching them the manner and a beautiful quality and akhlaq and adab. And this cannot be done unless you have it as a parents. With the proper knowledge. And teaching them how to think about the purpose of life, purpose of doing things. What's the purpose of doing that? Question, why are you doing this? Very important. And this will lead them to know how to think and coming to decision making. Because decision making according to what is the purpose, what you want to achieve. Why? 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 Always ask why. Teach them to ask why. Teach them to question. And this, it will teach them how to come to making decision. That's why we cannot let them talk, quick, make decision. And now you're smashing them, and you make them paranoid or a liar. That's why the way you approach is extremely important. All what I said before, this will reach the child to be stable, with a stable knowledge, a stable understanding, a stable state of mind, a stable state of heart, a stable body, healthy body. All this is a combination, is affected. We need all this. And all this with the understanding and different dimension of understanding in life, the more you feed the person with the knowledge, with understanding and wisdom of life and different aspect of knowledge, the more the person will be rich in knowledge understanding. This knowledge of understanding, this what will help the person to achieve the right decision in the right time, in the right place. And this also according to his heart, his soul, his thinking, his purpose of life. There's too many elements. I hope by now you get it a little bit. And this, again, is according if the parents narrow-minded, want the person to be selfish and greedy, or they put the seed of the purpose, how the person should be good to himself, good to society, good to mankind. By this way, how to develop, number one, the child to be for himself. Second, how this child can be good for his family. Third, how this child can be good and asset to society. Number 4, how this child can be and good and assets to mankind. This, it has to be fed over time and knowledge and understanding and different story and verses from Quran, a hadith, story from the companion and what they done and how much they sacrificed their life for the purpose of benefit of mankind. All this will come to a very important point, is how to deal with existing personality. Because every child, even if a child, he has his own personality. And this own personality I have to discover. I have to discover him, he or she, and discover again the strength and weakness and upbringing this personality. This is why tarbiyah in Arabic, upbringing, is actually tarbiyah from Rabba. Rabba is coming from the person who take care about the wild horse until the wild horse become an asset and beauty and strong. And he know what to do with a small command. Why? He's full of knowledge. This is called tarbiyah. And big difference between upbringing and fear. Sometimes we think, if I'm fearful, if I'm so tough, if my voice is hush, this tarbiyah. No, this diminish. Actually, the more you are in control, you do not have to raise your voice. You do not have to scream at all. You do not have to beat. This is the power of communication. If you raise your voice, and beating and screaming is a sign of weakness and sign of ignorance, meaning you don't know how to handle it. Because if you have the knowledge, you know how to handle condition. And don't fight the truth. What it means? You discover your child, he has certain ability or disability. Respect it. Respect it and don't try to make him somebody else. We talk about it. Extremely important. And don't try to invent somebody else. Oh, but I want my child to be such and such. You want is one thing, you wish one thing, but what you have is what you have. The art in here, how to see that, how to take this child to different wise people, learned people, and help you even to understand. Don't be shy. There's nothing wrong with that. If you not understand your child, and you not understand really his goodness and weakness, okay, go to different people until they teach you. Don't be shy about that. It's much better to learn than teaching them in the wrong understanding, just because I'm ego, or I'm arrogant, and stubborn. I become a macho. I see it today a lot with the parents. They do not have it. They do not have it. But they're so arrogant, it's my child. I have to do this. That's why you're willing to destroy your child because you're ego. You're willing to destroy your child because you're arrogant. This is lack of sincerity from you as a parent. This lack of sincerity. And this is not love. This actually you worship yourself. You're elevating yourself to the point you're willing to destroy your child because you're ego and arrogant. And look at the early people, what they used to do. Any parents, they love their child, they used to take the child to a good man or a good woman and say, please take my child, take it. I bring my child until you make him somebody. And they leave. Sometimes even in the history, they don't even see the kids anymore. But they want the child to be somebody. They prefer the child to be in a company of those who have the quality. Look at the beauty of sincerity of the parents and humble and humility. We have many stories like that, tons and tons of them. And we have the most of all, our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Look at his upbringing. Look at his upbringing. The first woman to upbring him is not the father. Father is dead. It's not the mother. Mother was dead later on, in the age of 6. but Halima Saadi, the first one. The one who breastfeed him, the one who took care about him until almost the age of 6, close to that. After that, his uncle. After that, his grandfather, from 6 to 8. After that, the grandfather died. And after that, from 8 and upward, is the uncle. Also, don't be scared of the motion of that child from one place to another, one person to another. Actually, it gives that child ability to see, to hear, different view, different understanding, it makes him more strong, more able to handle condition. But today we put the child in a cage and we think this is the way you protect the child. And all of a sudden, when he finds himself like in the ocean and he didn't know how to swim, how to do. And we want the child to be good. It's too late. We have to increase of the positive, decrease of the negative. Positive generate positive. By this way, how to address the issue, the real issue, the negativity, but in a such way we can convert it to positive. How to put the seed, again, of thinking and innovation in the heart of the child. How to allow him to be involved in doing things. Even if he do it wrong. By this way, we allow him to do it completely with freedom. By this way, we see exactly what's going on. And we do not address the mistake over and over again. By the way, when you look, one school specialized in upbringing the children, I forget in England or in German. And what they do, parents who are failing to upbring the child, they bring the child to the school and they put the parents behind a mirror, which is actually the child do not see them, but they can see the child in activity with different teacher and mentor to teach the parents how to watch and see. After that, they record that, and after that, they allow the parents to act active with the child in a hidden camera and record that. And after that, they allow the parent to watch themselves how they deal with the child. I encourage you to do that. Record your own behavior with the child in a normal circumstance at home. But be real. You want to scream, scream. You want to be lunatic, lunatic. And after that, watch yourself. You will be shocked. Also, we have to understand what makes the person stray, what the person likes to his room a lot, or he's dirty, or he has the wrong companion. All this element, we have to learn it, and learn how to clean it up. One of them is poverty, and ignorance, and the wrong companion. 2, it is a bickering and fighting inside the family, and the instability of the parents by themselves. This is a big one. Voice, manner, understanding everything. When the parents become emotion freak for nothing, either the woman keeps screaming or the man keeps screaming and fighting and bickering over a small thing. And instead of dealing with it in a mercy and kindness and manner, the child is watching and affect them. 3, the family, the parents, father and mother, have to have constitution, the constitution of love and mercy and peace and harmony and tranquility of the house, and the constitution of certain understanding of life and manner. By this way, they agree about it. By this way, is no any yes and no. If the father said yes, the mother agrees. If the mother said no, the father agrees. And respect each other. And even if we make mistake, we consult each other later on, but not in the front of the child. But don't do different decision making in the front of the child, meaning do not allow the parents, one of them to make decision, and after that you go to the child and tell them, no, don't listen to your father, or don't listen to your mother. Don't do that. One constitution, one principle, one set of rule and regulation. 4, again, the major war between husband and wife and the effect of the child. And this leads us to number 5, divorce. And what effect of that, and the bickering and the fighting and the bad wording and bad imaging and smearing. Allahu Akbar. Number 6, the lonely time, or the spare time, or the empty time. A lot of us use that for TV, going to the mall, eating, nonsense, instead of spend it for developing good manner, good conduct, exercise, useful things, field trip, something beneficial, again involving the child in activity can make the child grow, and not allow the child to be sitting like a zombie all the time. Everything is served to the point we can, I cannot tell the child no, I cannot say the child no. Extreme spoiling. Or the opposite, number 7, is the bad manner to the point we have no respect for the child, no any justice at home if you have more than one child, loving one so much and give him attention and the another one is not, or give one everything and the another one is not. The injustice between. Again, as a parent, number 8, is when you involve in nonsense, when the child sees your father sitting in the front of TV all the time, or smoking, or bickering, or fighting, or having the wrong companion, the child watching. That's why parents cannot be in a state of that, and after that expected the child to be good. This teaches the child to be a hypocrite and liar. Or, number 9, today, one of the diseases of society, when the parents is so involved in material life and working so hard, they have very small minimum time to the child. And what do? They bombarding the child with everything he wants. All the toys, all the food, all the pleasure, everything, all the gadget, everything, to the point the child do not know nothing except to take. And not even something beneficial, no. And the children, they find out, they make a study, they find out the parents feel, if I do all this, it's like I'm offsetting love. But when you look, many rich kids, they tell you, I'm missing love. Because all these toys and gadgets and all this spoiling, it will not give love. Be careful. Because this, it makes the child spoil, cannot make decision, cannot value anything, cannot have sense of responsibility. And all what I'm talking about it, all this element, it will lead the child to make a decision. I will explain to you in the end. Because it's very simple. If the child is unstable, or the child is spoiled, or the child never learn, or the child living in hostility, how you make him make decision? All what I'm telling you, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when this young lady gave me the question, I spent a lot of time thinking, and I came with all this element, which we have to be aware about it and tackle it quick, especially if we are young youth, with the young children. Because a child, okay, you have time to change yourself and correct yourself quick, and prepare yourself for the upbringing of this child. What about the ignorance of the parents to the point the parents do not know what to do? We talk about it at the extreme. Either I deny them everything, and I think, I have to be strict. Don't give, This smash the child. Or I try to be the loving father to the point I give them everything. To the point I spoil them. This will destroy the personality. This will destroy my personality. Moderation in giving and taking. and how to deal with a child. Another element extremely important, and we forget. We try to take care about all the material element, and we forget about the ritual element, the spiritual element, the upbringing of the soul, which generate the upbringing of the heart, the mind, which will be rich in certain constitution of life, manner, character. All this, when it comes to make decision, are you going to make decision just like that? No. It's according to your upbringing, your knowledge, your manner, your character, your heart, your thought, your brain, your soul. I hope you get it. Because it's a big combination. Big one. Because all this cannot be done by just namaz, salat, blessing, without no questioning, without no understanding, without no upbringing. Commanding is easy. Smearing is easy. Fear is easy. Be hush is easy. It's not upbringing. When you look to the trainer of animal, even a lion in a circus, an elephant, what do you do? Very small command. And the animal, the killer animal, obey in a nice manner. How does he reach this level? This is called upbringing. Did you ever see a trainer send the lion? The lion will eat you in no time. Upbringing. Upbringing is how to let the animal, the child, the person obey you and understand what has to be done. What has to be done to take over. Not you always take over. This upbringing, and will never again will be with a hush rhetoric, empty from quality. If you do that, you are a failure. And this takes us to the first element of that. The first element of that, again we talk about it, is qudwa. The messenger prophet has to be qudwa. What is qudwa? A role model. Somebody you can watch and like his manner, his conduct, how he do things, how he think. Is that screaming or shouting or commanding? No. What is it? Manner and character and a role model. Number two, language. How you talk, the language you say, the way you pronounce it, what vocabulary you use, and your tone of voice. All this, again, is very important. Number three, the teaching of Quran and Sunnah. Teaching of Quran and teaching of the Prophet. And not only teaching memorization, no. Memorization, understanding, comprehending from different aspects to the point it becomes your own manner and character. Today, we send the children to memorize. But nobody cares about the character and manner and understanding. But this way we focus in the ruling only instead of focusing in the purpose and understanding. This the one will survive. And this is the one when the time comes will enhance the way the person thinks and make decisions. Number four, to teach them the biography of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the life of the companion. And again, when we do that, me as a parent have to be involved in the story making. To my kids see me a life example, not only a talker, not only a liar, not only a hypocrite, cannot be. They're watching, and Allah will not allow. Number five, the word of wisdom of the early scholar and the best people, which is a companion and follower, the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and picture and images from the early good people, and tell them example, story about this man and this woman and this man and this woman, to make them think and like I want to be like him. I like to be like her. And this leads us to a very important element now. The element of the responsibility of the parents to understand what is the role exactly. Is the role is to dictate and command, or number one of the role is irshad. Irshad, to guide, advise, explain, teach. And the most of all is the existence of Allah, the Creator, and His power, His quality, His might, to the point that child love Allah, respect Allah. And again, remember me, you cannot give the child something you do not have. It will never work. You cannot be a graduate for nothing. You have to have it, to give it. And put the seed of Iman in the heart. Tawakkul ala Allah, fiqh billah, rely on Allah, trust Allah. To make the child calm. Do not be materialistic. All this. Number two, the seed of taqwa. The seed of fear of Allah, respect of Allah, and living for akhirah. Number three is the importance of halal income, halal food. And the food is beneficial to the body and the soul. Not only the one is delicious, I like, but healthy. Number four, to share with the child the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to us. And now lead us to another responsibility of the parents, is the upbringing again of the body and the character together. And this to understand your child's ability, what he has, what he doesn't have. This art. And this requires a lot of questioning from the parents. And we have to be aware about all the disease of society and disease of the people to eliminate that from the child. Number one, for example, lying and anger. How to avoid that? What generates lying? When you push a child too much, he has to lie to satisfy you. When you be anger or generate anger between you and a child, believe me, we the one we're putting the seed of disease of the heart, disease of character in the child. What happens if the child have it? How to be the doctor, how to be the nurse, and give him the right medication on time. Second, one of the diseases of society is stealing and not responsible of the money of others and responsible of dealing with others. Three, is screaming with cursing and using bad words. Again, bad, the child will imitate. You, mother or neighbor or whatever, get away from that. And allow the child not to alter all this bad word. Number four, one of the diseases of society today, when the mother or the father loves the child to the point, they want the child not to do anything. Spoil the child to the point, if he's a man, he becomes feminine. And if she's a girl, she becomes masculine. This is wrong again. When we go to extreme, harshness or extreme spoiling, moderation. Another element, the constitution of to save the personality and manner. And to do that, the one element in here important is a warning of the parents of teaching the child to imitate you blindly, without thinking, without having his own personality of the decision making. This way, how I can educate the child about different character and manner, but make him love it, make him want to be. And you have to obey all the time without no thinking. This diminishes the personality, and when the time comes, he cannot make a decision. By this way, how to let the child be a part of the decision making, not blind follower. And how to explain that between obedience and manner and character and blind follower. All this element, it will be a part of the upbringing. And each one of them can be a topic by itself, believe it or not. And this need, believe it or not, if you ask me, it needs a bunch of parents go through all this, think about it, and coming with their own question and answer. And this has collective and individual. And how the parents can be when they hear this, how they seek consultation quick, how they are bringing themselves, how they questioning themselves. And we talk about the importance of be aware about your voice. Don't allow your voice to be in a screaming manner or loud and too harsh to the point that the child fear you, to the point that the child afraid to make decisions. Also, the warning about too much. Everything is too much food, too much clothing, too much this, too much toys, too much, to the point that the child gets spoiled and have no sense of responsibility. And everything the mother and father do, no thinking. I'd have to take the child and help him to achieve the decision making of choosing the clothing, choosing food. Make him think. Why are you choosing this food? Not only the child that chooses something is nice, because it like, no, this cotton, this clothing is very good for you, doesn't generate allergy, this and that. Again, we go back the importance of the parents have the quality first. But imagine, oh, it look nice, it doesn't matter. You see, what happened if I'm a hollow? If I'm a hollow, it's really scary. Also, the importance of warning about the children, the parents is addicted to music, and the child listening to all this until the child get addicted to, or smoke, or whatever. By this way, how to eliminate bad habits from parents to make sure the environment is clean and neat. Number 4, the importance of not allow yourself or the child to be spoiled to the point that the boy imitating the girl or the girl imitating the boy. Very scary. And what happens if they do that? Which lead us to the following topic, the importance of responsibility of the parents to upbringing the boy to be a man and upbringing the girl to be a woman. Upbringing the boy to be a man, upbringing the girl to be a woman. This is another topic by itself. Another point is when the parents has no respect to the feeling and existence of the child, and dealing with a child according to them, and not dealing with a child according to his age. Every age has a need. Every age, you have to respect the age, the personality. All this, it has to be. And how to accept certain condition until you upbring. And how to hide the mistake and the weakness. By this way, you do not repeat it until the child becomes complicated. No. We explain the goodness and we slide our eyes from the mistake and weakness. That's why we do not diminish the person and make him so complicated, so scared, full of phobia inside. He's scared to be because my negativity as the parents. Also, how to warn from the society with a disease of society of alcohol and drugs and bad habits And again, me as a parent have to be clean first and to have what to warn and educate. Nothing wrong with that. And how to important the journey of seeking knowledge and the difference between seeking knowledge only as memorization and make him a part of thinking and understanding, comprehending. I saw it when my kids used to come from school and everybody worry about doing the homework and finish it. But when I asked my child after he finished, how you did it, he's not sure. How you came to a conclusion, he's not sure. Because we teach them to finish things the way you want, but not thinking. No. The real homework to allow the child to think and how to come to solve whatever it is. And this will generate thinking. Huge difference. And this will generate it by also reading. You as a parent reading and help the child to love reading and seek knowledge and always comprehending and understanding and seek knowledge by seeking question. The importance of, we talk about it, is the health, the physical of the person, the mental of the person, and the heart of the person. Now, because the time is very short, I'm just seeking with you main headline can help you to achieve at least a guideline. And this, you have to be aware about how to upbring the child psychologically. For example, the habit of shyness, how to break it, but in a nice manner, without breaking the child, or the fear of the child, fear of water, fear of this, fear of that, how to override that. Again, all this upbringing. The sign of, I'm not pretty, I'm not handsome, I'm ugly, or I'm short, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that. How to come over that, and how to let them respect themselves, and respect their ability, and how to grow. And all this by be aware and be alert about the negativity and cursing and all the time pointing finger to the child. You're short, you're this, you're that, you cannot do it. Okay, all this, and you can mix your knowledge with how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to deal with negativity and how he deal with every situation with lean and softness and calmness and compassion. Also how to be aware about not allow the child to grow with unbelievable envy and jealousy. Again, all this generated by all the time comparing. And we talk about the importance of anger. After that, all this will lead us now to how to develop the quality within taqwa, brotherhood, mercy, ithar, to be generous, to be kind, to be brave, to be strong. Again, all this quality, you cannot give it to the child when you do not have it. You cannot. The child has to be in the company of those who have it, not only a talk. How to respect others, how to respect different environment, how to deal with different environment with respect. The right of the parents, the right of relative, the right of neighbors, the right of the teacher, the right of the elder, the right of the younger. Okay? The manner of eating, the manner of giving salam, the manner of asking questions, the manner of sitting, the manner of talking, the manner even of laughing. the manner of visiting each other, the manner of visiting the sick. All this manner. I cannot give it to the child and I'm not living it. All this is part of your duty as a parent. And you have to focus what we talked about it before, about the positive. Positive is very important. And how to grow with a child. And remember, another problem with the parents is when they deal with the child as a child. Here's my baby, here's my baby. All of a sudden you see 120 kg and call it baby. 2-meter boy or girl and call it baby. No, that's not right from the parents. When the boy is a boy, girl is a girl. They grow, they are young men, young youth. Respect them and treat them according to their age and their own growing. And even if they cannot, now you develop that. MashaAllah, you are a young man, you are a good man, you are this man, you are a beautiful woman. MashaAllah, you're very... If I tell my child you are a man, he will be a man. If I tell him you are a boy and a baby, he will be a baby. If I tell my girl you are a girl, she will always be a girl. Putting her finger in it. And if I tell her you are a woman, she will be a woman. Positive. But the seed of goodness, seed of positive, seed, and upbringing the seed. By respect of the age. And how the knowledge and advice according to the age, according to the ability. Again, another thing. One child, I can teach him ABC. The other child, only I can teach him A. Respect the ability of the person and disability of the person. And don't try to be harsh or overriding the reality of the age or the ability. Again, all this will come by what? By me have it. I have to have it. Or I have to be in the process of have it. Because today a lot of parents do not have it. By the way, don't try to teach your children something you do not have. It will not work. Unless you be honest, I don't have it, my son. Let's go check it out. Let's try to do this. All this will come from the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is some of my headline. We can go to a lot of detail after that, because after that we need how to put all this knowledge, how to put all this element in technical way to a workshop. And this you need. After you hear this, you should generate a lot of questions, practical questions according to age and this and that, and this can be 100 and 1,000 of questions. This is a journey by itself. I give you the headline. The headline, the main constitution, the one you can go about it until you achieve, inshaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah and nur and qabul in everything we say and we do. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.